Alright, this is our final issue for Batman 89 from the Tim Burton universe, so let's get right into it. Alright, so we start out with a banger in here. We get a little bit of tease of a multiverse, I believe, because right here it says, oh, billions and all the timeline stuff, and then they cut off. But I'm pretty sure that they're teasing like the a very small tease of the multiverse. So at the beginning of the comic, Batman's trying to persuade Harvey not to do what he's doing, but Harvey Dent is convinced that what he has in the briefcase will bring him power and control over Gotham. And before Batman could capture Harvey Dent had a detonator in his pocket, and he was able to detonate it before Batman could apprehend him. And here we also see that Robin and Catwoman follow Batman to the subway. But before they get into him, Harvey Dent sees Batman in the floor and sees that Bruce Wayne is actually Batman. Once Catwoman and Robin find him, they rush him into the Batcave to have medical help from Alfred. And this will be actually the first time Catwoman has ever visited the Batcave. And once Batman wakes up, Catwoman explains to Batman how all these plans that were behind were actually not for money, but actually for some paper that they needed for them to vanish. But once Batman showed up, those papers landed into the police department. And then here we get a little moment of how with Batman and Catwoman of dreaming of how they could be together, and if they could be together after all this is like over. And we also get revealed that Commissioner Gordon actually died in the Tim Burton universe. So yeah, now we don't have a Commissioner Gordon. Meanwhile, Harvey Dent is doing deals with the people in the city hall. Some of the important people, like in here we get revealed Crime Falcone. It's in the Tim universe also. And here we get to see that Crime Falcone it's not into what Two-Face is trying to do, and he tells him that he cannot be untouched because he is the one that owns the city and like runs the city. But Two-Face, being Two-Face, flips a coin and tells him that he's gonna do something nice or something a little bit crazy, and the coin actually lands on something nice. But he later tells that first for the people of Gotham, so he shoots Carmine Falcone. Later on, Two-Face visits Jerome and asks him if he had received the money, but Jerome being hesitant. He asks where the money comes from, but Jerome thinks that the way he got the money was not the right way, so he tries to make a call. Harvey or Two-Face gets mad at him, but actually Harvey, the good side of Harvey, tries to convince him not to shoot him, but Two-Face doesn't listen to him, flips the coin, and at the end we get revealed that he actually shot Jerome. But then Drake appears and tries to stop Two-Face, but Two-Face is able to convince people that he is being attacked by Drake and sends him to the police, and also blaming him for shooting Jerome. So once Harvey Dent escapes from that, he goes actually to the Batcave. But I just find that a little bit weird. But he actually goes to the Batcave. Bruce Wayne asks him to show him the coin. He does, and Harvey Dent shows him that he has evidence of him being Batman. But then Batman flips the coin on him, literally telling him that even though he's evil, there's another side of him that wants to be good, and that he could change his life. But before Harvey Dent flips the coin to see if that will be true, Catwoman drops a penny, the big giant penny, on Harvey, and Harvey actually falls to his death, even though he was actually, well, we don't know if he died. Like we always say, if there's no body, we don't know if he's dead or alive. But as you can see, Batman tried to save him. He failed, and actually at the end, it turns out that Batman was trying to trick Two-Face by giving him a coin that has like two sides of the same. But Catwoman actually finds that it was the wrong coin. He gave him the wrong coin, and Batman can't believe that he actually gave him the wrong coin. And Batman actually gets mad at Catwoman for intervening with his plan and telling her that they're not the same, that he's not a killer, and this makes Catwoman really mad. So he ends up leaving Batman. And here we see that Batman was able to get Harvey's gun fingerprints, and this confirmed that Drake was not the one that killed Jerome, so he was left free. And here we see that Batman actually trusts Drake. So, and we also see that they're still working on the name, but we all know that he's gonna end up being named Robin. At the end of the comic, we get a little tease, you could say, of Barbara working with Batman, since all the evidence went into her, and she also knows that Bruce Wayne is Batman. And at the end, we also see just Catwoman roaming around Gotham, and we get a little like panel of Batman thinking that he has a normal life, but then Alfred wakes him up and tells him if he's going out for the night. And that's when we see the classic back signal at the end. And just like that, that's the end of the Batman 89 comic book series. I really like this one. I really love each page on this one. There was some where I was like hesitant. I was like, yeah, I'm not feeling this. But yeah, they ended up really good with this comic, leaving it open. I still don't know how they're gonna do it. I don't know if this is actually connected to the Batman movies, especially with the Flash trying to connect with Batman 89, which we don't know if it's the Tim Burton Batman 89 or a different version of him. I'm still really confused on that, and especially with also Batman being in the Batgirl movie with Commissioner Gordon from the Ben Affleck. I guess this is the reason they killed him off in this one, so we can have a new one. But I'm not sure. I'm just really confused on this Batman 89 thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm excited to see Michael Keaton back as Batman, but I'm just confused of which Batman is actually the Batman 89. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. That's the Batman 89 comic series. I hope you guys enjoyed this series, and I'll see you guys in the next one.